Celtics' interesting start before LeBron and Kyrie put on a show. James had 27 and 6 assists, leading the way for a team with little to no playoff experience. In Kyrie Irving's debut, he scored 30 points, hit 5 three-pointers. He's the first player in NBA history with 30 and 5 threes in a postseason debut. Here's Kyrie on the win.
You know, big games, you always want to get up for. It's what you prepare your whole life for. It's what you dream of as a kid, and come in as a fourth-year player, come in my first playoff series, just wanted to play well, and do whatever it took to win.
All right, so Stephen A. didn't look unstoppable, as you said, going into break. But is there any team in the East that can beat the Cavs?
The Chicago Bulls, with a healthy Derrick Rose, could potentially take out the Cleveland Cavaliers. I wouldn't bet my money on it because that's betting your money on Derrick Rose remaining healthy. But if Derrick Rose is healthy, the Chicago Bulls can beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's be clear. And let's be clear that most people who have picked the Cleveland Cavaliers to come out of the East, there are some like Skip and a few others who did it from day one. But half the folks who are picking Cleveland now changed, like me, from their preseason pick of Chicago to Cleveland because Derrick Rose is going down twice this year, and he ended the regular season with knee soreness. So because of that, you just look at, I like Jimmy Butler a lot. Chicago made a very big mistake not getting him re-upped the first week of the season when they had an opportunity to do so, because it's going to end up costing them more money, particularly with the questionable health of Derrick Rose. But then you look at Tony Snell, you look at Pau Gasol, who's been a welcomed acquisition. Wow. Joakim Noah had off-season surgery. He's been working himself into good health this entire season. Hopefully he is there and he'll remain there for the remainder of this season, for these playoffs. You look at the personnel, Meridish, rather. You look at the way they've been playing. He's my rookie of the year, not Andrew Wiggins. Okay, the way this kid has been playing, 24 years old, being in Europe over the last couple of years. They've got the best offensive talent they've had in the Tom Thibodeau era. When you combine that with Tom Thibodeau's ability to coach defense, combined with the fact that this is in all likelihood his last year coaching in Chicago, I think all the elements are there for Chicago to potentially take out Cleveland if indeed Derrick Rose is healthy. But the reason why that question can't be answered right now, is because we simply don't know how much Derrick Rose will hold up. He looked very good in game one. But remember, he had 30 and 7 against Chicago before the All-Star break, and then he went down and got injured thereafter. Okay. So the point that I'm trying to make to you is that, once again, you can see a good outing from Derrick Rose, and you turn around, and it's a damn off day, and you hear he's hurt. You're like, what happened? I just saw him last night. He looked pretty healthy to me, and then the next thing you know, he's down. So you can't rely on his health. But that's the biggest question. A healthy Derrick Rose with Aaron Brooks, with a Jimmy Butler, with a Pau Gasol and a Joakim Noah, and those boys, oh, yes, they could be Cleveland. But you also have Kyrie Irving to contend with. The brother's big time. I've been telling y'all, this kid is nasty. Kyrie Irving is special, and his mental makeup is special because he's the anti-Darren Williams. He's going to bring it. He's going to show up. He's going to let you know, I'm here, and y'all ain't going to have this show without me. I'm going to put on my own show, and he's got the skills to pull it off. Kyrie Irving is big time. So, again, Cleveland's the favorite. Chicago could knock them off if Derrick Rose is healthy. That's the only team I give a shot to in the East. I don't give Atlanta much of a shot against Cleveland. I'm sorry, and Atlanta's quick. Jeff Teague is special. A lot of cat quickness. They can shoot with a Kyle Korver and a Carroll and those boys.
And then Schroeder comes off the bench.
And then Schroeder comes off the bench. He does his thing. I know Atlanta's a good team, and they got home court advantage. I expect them to have a say. It's just that I got to see them take LeBron out to believe it.
And they lost Cephalosha.
And they lost Cephalosha. It's a huge loss for them.
It's a huge loss. First, let me say, the Boston Celtics were just what the doctor ordered for LeBron's new team. The Celtics finished in the 8th seed with a 40-42 record. And do you realize that LeBron James has played in more playoff games than the entire Celtics roster combined?
That's right.
So with his new team, LeBron's, with a Kyrie and a Kevin Love who'd never played in a playoff game, what better way to start than against an even more inexperienced team?
Baby food.
And by the way, you can bring in James Jones off the bench. He made a big shot yesterday all of a sudden. You know, he'll contribute a little bit, so they do have some experience. So I look at yesterday and I say, okay, bully for them. Next, because this is going to be a sweep. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
They're going to sweep the Celtics.
I picked the sweep, yeah.
Did you? Yeah, I did too. Okay, so now, on to the next round or the next round. We don't know how it's all going to... Listen, it's going to come down to Bulls and Cavaliers, and I agree with you. And I'm going to allow you, and I will not shame you for this, to switch your pick on this because you would deserve to. If Derrick Rose continues to play like he did, was it Saturday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was big time. And I told you the procedure, the arthroscopic procedure he had, not a big deal. He's bounced back. In fact, the soreness he had 4 days ago now, was in his other knee, the good knee.
Because you're leaning all your pressure on the good leg.
Okay, all right, fine. But again, when you can go 9 for 16 against a Milwaukee team that is legit, you know, a Jason Kidd coach team, we both thought Jason Kidd did a great job with this team. When you can tear it apart the way Derrick Rose did, he looked like the MVP. Well, if you keep playing at that level with all these new pieces, with Gasol and Mirotic, like you say, and Tony Snell, I don't know. Well, I'd say that's about a 50-50 battle to me. And this team will battle you on the backboards and blocking shots and
no question
physicality.
About it. No question about it. So it'll be real interesting to see.
All right, both the gentlemen pick a sweep of this series. And again, it comes down to the Cavs and Bulls, so they say.
You're watching First Take, presented by Chase Inc.
Tony Romo was a special guest at the Academy Country Music Awards held at Jerry's World last night. After a short interaction with country stars Blake Shelton and Luke Bryan, Romo took a shot at the Patriots with a Deflategate joke. Skip, you know the joke.
Yes, I do.
Did you have a problem with that?
Stephen A. Smith, even as a Dallas Cowboy fan lifelong, I had a big problem with this. I didn't like it. I thought it was out of bounds, hit me wrong. I just saw a clip of the video of it. I'm sure he was encouraged by the producers of the, Country Music Awards, to go with the flow and make a little joke about Deflategate. Tony Romo has started now 9 years for my Dallas Cowboys, and as you keep reminding me, he's won now 2 playoff games, and both of them were wild card playoff games. This past playoffs, he won 1 wild card game. Should have won the second in Green Bay, but that's a whole nother story.
That was a catch.
Okay. Tom Brady, clearly, I don't even need to point this out to you, has won 6 championship games, 6 AFC championship games, and 4 Super Bowls. How dare you, Tony Romo, after 9 years as a starter, to go with the flow and make this joke on national television? It's just out of bounds. I'm sorry.
What do you want me to say?
Say thank you for saying that.
Thank you for saying that, Skip Bayless. You know your brilliance in your elocution. I'm very, very touched. I mean, you make a very, very valid point. Could it be jealousy? I don't know. I mean, anything's possible. But in all seriousness, as somebody who's had to be a presenter at awards, somebody.
I know you're supposed to.
I'm just saying, go along with it. You know, there are certain things that are out of bounds. There are things that folks have tried to get me to say, and I said, hell no. And that's it.
Did you?
But you know, sometimes when you're a football player, you're relatively mild-mannered. You don't look at it that way. You don't think it's all in fun. It's not a big deal. So in all seriousness, I'm not going to knock Tony Romo for that. But you're right that it was out of bounds. He should know better in the future. But this is foreign territory.
Yeah, I just wonder if he flinched when he read the script because it was clearly
he might have. But
sometimes sense of humor is an acquired taste. So we all get it. Bad joke. Let's leave it there. We'll have more First Take after the break. We'll be right back.
First Take is presented by Inc., the small business card from Chase. Learn more at chase.com/Inc. And in part by Dave & Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports. And National Mortgage Lender Quicken Loans. Home buy, refi, power.
As the draft nears, get a personal behind-the-scenes look into the lives of the NFL prospects. The clock is ticking to their biggest moment. Pay attention to Draft Academy. Then John Gruden invites the draft's top quarterback prospects for film study and an on-field workout. It's the 6th consecutive year of Gruden quarterback camp. Tomorrow, starting at 7 on ESPN. And next week, we're there. I can't believe it's so quick. It just happened yesterday. We're on the road. We're heading to Vegas. We'll be at the MGM Grand Pool Complex Wednesday, April 29th.
All right.
Through May 1st.
Skip Bayless.
What's the problem?
Curfew.
No curfew.
You got to hang out. You in Vegas.
Yeah, right.
You got to hang out, Skip.
Yeah, right.
No curfew.
We have to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning. You get that, don't you?
Well, you know what that means. We go to dinner, we do the casino, then straight to the set.
Oh, one of those deals.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
50 Cent will be there, Jake Gyllenhaal, Jamie Foxx, Skip will be there. Stephen A. and
Jamie
Skip.
Foxx is
you guys
coming on
are
the
both
show?
the same person. Yeah.
Did I approve Jamie Foxx coming on this show? I did not approve Jamie Foxx coming on this show.
Okay.
You might try to clown.
I do.
I like the idea.
I'm scared of it.
I'm hoping Kevin Hart will join us.
Kevin?
Yeah.
We got a high chair for him. We got a high chair for him. He come on. Come on, Kevin.
Why do you do that to this guy? That's not
You might have to box him before this.
Why you gonna hit me on my knees? I'm only kidding, Kev. I'm only kidding, Kev.
Steven said Kevin Hart will
I'm only kidding, Kev.
knees.
I'm only kidding. He tried to take my job. He deserves me getting on him. He tried to take my job. He came up here and said, all I got to do is make funny faces and scream. That's what
In
he said.
closing, more on the NBA playoffs tomorrow. We'll see you at 10 a.m. Eastern right here on ESPN.
Kevin, can you hit the backboard?
Oh, boy.
The bottom.
As you said, going into break. But is there any team in the East that can beat the Cavs?
The Chicago Bulls, with a healthy Derrick Rose, could potentially take out the Cleveland Cavaliers. I wouldn't bet my money on it because that's betting your money on Derrick Rose remaining healthy. But if Derrick Rose is healthy, the Chicago Bulls can beat the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's be clear. And let's be clear that most people who have picked the Cleveland Cavaliers to come out of the East, there are some like Skip and a few others who did it from day one. But half the folks who are picking Cleveland now changed like me from their preseason.
Kyrie on the win.
You know, big games, you always want to get up for. It's what you prepare your whole life for. It's what you dream of as a kid, and come in as a fourth-year player, come in my first playoff series, just wanted to play well, and do whatever it took to win.
All right, so Stephen A. they don't look unstoppable.
And pick of Chicago to Cleveland because Derrick Rose is going down twice this year, and he ended the regular season with knee soreness. So because of that, you just look at, I like Jimmy Butler a lot. Chicago made a very big mistake not getting him re-upped. The
Cavs Celtics, interesting start before LeBron and Kyrie put on a show. James had 27 and 6 assists, leading the way for a team with little to no playoff experience. In Kyrie Irving's debut, he scored 30 points, hit 5 three-pointers. He's the first player in NBA history with 30 and 5 threes in a postseason debut. Here's